What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And, you know, I love the fight game. And I was watching, so I watch fights. I rewatch fights. I review fights again. And a lot of times you may see a fight live and, you watch it again at home and you get a totally different assessment of what you saw live, without the audience, without all the other background. Interference, right? And last night I was watching the replay of Luis Ortiz versus Deontay Wilder, or Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz, right? And I noticed in that fight, it was a very good fight. But one thing that just stuck out at me like a sore thumb was the fact that Deontay Wilder hit Ortiz behind the head at least 10 times. And I was amazed with the referee and how poorly it was refereed in that fight. And then because, the whole Deontay Wilder Joshua thing is brewing. So, of course, I want to see what they've done previous, so I was looking at their last two bouts. And Wilder, I know he's wild, but that referee was poor in doing his job. He wasn't doing his job. He was too lenient. And and you can tell by the 13, 14 second count that he gave Deontay Wilder in the 8th round when he came out, that was no call for that. No reason for that. At first I thought they wiped, there was too much Vaseline on his face, but that wasn't the case. They were checking to see if he was okay. It was retarded. Like, no one does that in boxing. I'd never seen that done. And it was, I can understand he was wobbly or something, but, they gave him extra time so he could recover, and the referee, I believe, was in on that whole thing, because the way he refereed it, it was almost though he was refereeing as though he was pro Wilder, like he was paid to referee the fight a certain way. Now, I don't know the referee's name, but he's the same referee that refereed the Joshua Klitschko fight. And I picked that up yesterday because I was looking at both fights. And I was like, well, this is the same damn referee. What are the odds of that being the same referee on two of the heavyweight bouts of two guys that are eventually supposed to fight each other for the heavyweight crown? You know what I mean? It's just too coincidental to me. Wilder threw Ortiz into the ropes and he fell. And after he got up, he battered him with behind the head punches. Some of the punches, at least 4, I counted. Maybe 5 punches were legal, but the rest were all illegal punches. And if we haven't learned anything from the sport of boxing, we should have learned by the Pritchard Cologne incident. The guy is in a vegetable state right now because he was illegally hit. What makes it so bad is that Deontay Wilder is one of the hardest hitting guys in the business, bar none. Like one punch power right now, okay? So for him to hit that hard, but to hit that hard illegally, adds insult to the injury. It ain't like this guy is like Apollo Malignaggi or Timothy Bradley or, and even that. Who says the guy that hit Pritchard Cologne behind the head was a hard puncher? But he hit him hard enough illegally to inflict pain that altered his life forever. You know what I'm saying? So I'll leave the link on because it's trending on my my Counterpunch Boxing News page on Facebook. And I want you guys to check it out for yourself. And this is the second knockdown that occurred where Deontay Wilder gets him hurt. And when he gets him hurt, Luis instinctively goes to clinch. He takes Ortiz and tosses him into the ropes, right? Now, he gets back up. Now, the referee, he waves off. Oh, no knockdown. But if it wasn't a knockdown, what happened? he totally avoided the fact that Deontay Wilder just threw this fucking guy into the ropes, and he pummeled to the ground because of a illegal toss. You can't do that. But it just shows you, he just, no knockdown. But it was no warning. They just commenced fighting. And Deontay Wilder then, after that, hammered him to the ground with illegal rabbit punches. That's what you call it. It's rabbit punching. You hit behind the head. Here, legal, right? Here, illegal. Here, illegal. Kidney punches, illegal. Anywhere below the belt is illegal, okay? Just a little crash course for people that don't know what's legal and what's not legal and where not to get hit, okay? So I just look at that and I'm like, okay, I know Ortiz was the underdog. I know Ortiz got hurt. He did. But that fight, when it came down to files, they should be addressed. There should have been, if that was Jay Nady or somebody else that wasn't paid for, that wasn't bought, that had some kind of vested interest in this fight, that fight, if refereed right, would have went a totally different way. Okay? So you look at that like, boxing, we know what boxing is. I love this sport that I hate so much. I do. Because you will have people vested interest. You have these independent promoters that are paid to referee the fight or to see this fight through the way they see fit to fill and thicken their pockets. But at the expense of someone's health, that's unfucking acceptable. It's just unacceptable because let's say Ortiz would have got hurt, or had a concussion or something like that. Luckily, he was a tough ass dude. I give him credit. He's one of those Cubans you don't want to mess with like that. And both of these guys inflicted pain on each other. But let's say Ortiz hit him with rabbit punches like he did, right? Oh, it would have been a totally different story. Hey, behind the head, rabbit punching. You can't do that. But Deontay does it. And this is not the first time he's done that. This is just a fight that I noticed he's done that. If you go back on Deontay Wilder's fights, yes, his name is Wilder. He's wild, but he has to follow the rules like everyone else. So I guarantee you, if he does get the fight with Anthony Joshua, this fight will not be refereed with that same referee. It would be somebody that, like Kenny Bayless, someone that sees everything, that watches everything. You know what I'm saying? And I guarantee you that's something that the Joshua camp should see and notice and put a count. And before this fight starts, in the preliminaries, before they fight, make that referee aware of what Wilder does. Because Wilder is an emotional fighter. I get it. He swings, he gets someone hurt. He wants to get you out of there. But not at the expense of doing it illegally. Okay? You can't do that shit. And for those who see this video, I am not a Deontay Wilder basher, but I will give people credit when credit's due, and I will get in your shit if I need to get in your shit. And it's time to get in your shit because those were illegal punches. That fight should have been, first of all, it probably shouldn't have been over. It should have been over in the 7th round when he got battered with, when unanswered punches. So, and you know what I mean? But I don't think that ref would have stopped it. That shit would have went on 10 more seconds and the ref wouldn't have stopped it. Looking at what I see, because that ref was meant to referee that fight a certain type of way, and he did exactly that. So for all the ones that, oh yeah, you're Deontay Wilder, no, I just want to see a fair fight. That's only fair, to want to see a fight fought fairly, without illegal blows, without any of this other outside interference, without protection, or without any of that. Let's see a fair fight. So when Deontay Wilder, if he does get in the ring, when he gets in the ring with Anthony Joshua, that should be addressed. And again, I will show you guys, I will send the link on my Facebook page so you guys can see what I saw. And I recorded it last night and got a quick, maybe 30-second look on it. I want you guys to check it out and tell me what you think. Leave your comments below. Of course, please subscribe. You guys been counterpunched. Peace.